Greetings from New Orleans! In September, the immigration clinic traveled to detention centers. We explored New Orleans on our first day and spent time walking around the city. After that, it was time to drive out to the detention centers. We arrived in Alexandria and met our partners.
Hi, Andrew Perry at the ACLU of Louisiana.
Hi, I'm Sarah Decker from RFK Human Rights.
Hi, I'm Elisa Whitfield. I'm an adjunct at the Cornell Immigration Law and Advocacy Clinic at Cornell.
Once we had everyone, we all drove down together to the detention center WIN, which is a privately run facility. Once we were in, we weren't allowed to take any photos or videos. We stayed there the whole day and resumed filming once we left. Okay, so we just came back from our second day at the detention center where we saw hundreds of people, and we gave lots of Know Your Rights presentations and legal consults in different languages. We were in a room called the Freedom Chapel, ironically, and we had, multiple attorneys and students paired up together, speaking through interpreters on the phone, helping people figure out where their case was at and what their options were next.
Yeah, I think the most surprising thing through all of this, especially with all of the people that we saw today, but starting yesterday, was the lack of language access, and how it didn't really allow any accommodations in their proceedings. We saw a lot of people who spoke a lot of really rare languages that we could sometimes barely get interpreters for, and they just had to proceed as if they were speaking English, which seems really unfair.
Yeah, and today was hard for me emotionally because I saw a lot of people who didn't have any options legally other than to either continue to resist deportation and stay in detention, or to ask to be detained as soon as possible. And a lot of these people going back home was a death sentence, or at least very dangerous for them. So neither option was good.
We started driving back to New Orleans and discussed everything we had seen that day. The people we had met were in desperate situations, unaware of where they were in their cases or how long they might stay imprisoned. We also heard about horrible conditions in detention. People weren't able to properly eat, sleep, go outside, or communicate with their loved ones. I remember one person told me, "This isn't the American dream, this is the American nightmare." Here's what our professor had to say.
Hi, I'm Professor Kelly Widmer of the Immigration Law Clinic here at Cornell, and we were just finishing up 2 days of working in the WIN Correctional Center, which actually is an immigration detention center. We conducted numerous Know Your Rights presentations. We talked with people from probably 20 different countries, and we saw a lot of different themes, including prolonged detention, lack of access to medical care, lack of language access. And so we're going to be working with our partners, the ACLU of Louisiana and the RFK Human Rights Program, together also with our partners at the Southern Poverty Law Center, to try and redress some of these issues, both the big picture issues like the language access problems that we're seeing for speakers of rare languages who just can't get court hearings because there's no interpreter in their language, and ICE can't find one, even though we found interpreters that we were able to call to speak with these folks. And then also we'll try to work on some of the individual cases that we saw for the most vulnerable people, those with mental health issues, those who are LGBTQ+. And so we're glad to have had the opportunity to come and continue working in this area.
We finally flew back to Ithaca, where we will work to follow up with some of the people we met in the detention center. Thanks for watching.